For great ideas and practical tools you can start using tomorrow to grow your business and separate you from the competition, you've come to the right place. If you're into B2B marketing and sales, then welcome to the one and only B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast. With over 60 and counting total years in the trenches of businesses small and large, they have a plethora of knowledge and experience that generate you more leads, capture more clients, ring up more sales. Well, doggone it, just make you more money. How about that? Always thought-provoking, yet dubiously entertaining. Please welcome to their respective microphones across 3 time zones, your co-ringmasters, the Dave Loomis, and not the rock star, Steve Miller.
Hey everybody, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger.
Hello.
Welcome to the, what are we called? We are called the B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay. And those of you that know me and know my compatriot, Mr. David Mayo Loomis, is in the house.
I am here.
Yeah, you got to say something. When I say
Dave
in
Loomis.
the house, it's like an introduction. You got to kind of like step in and say hello.
Well, the crowd was going wild. I couldn't
Oh,
talk
okay.
over
So we'll
the
have
cheers.
I'll insert
over the
that
cheers.
as a sound effect.
As
We'll
a
have
sound effect? Yeah,
a sound effect. Well, crowd noises in the background.
exactly.
So.
The Dave Loomis.
That's right. And what else do I call you?
The voice.
The voice. The voice. That's right.
And some other things that I can't mention.
What that we don't talk about in public, but you know what? He deserves it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So almost every time we get together on this, we already know what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every time. All right.
Yeah. In fact, every time.
I'm going to throw a curveball at my partner here. I'm going to throw a curveball because I think this is our 50th episode. And
there's also sound effect.
Sound effect.
Cheers again.
And
crowd goes wild.
So
yeah.
Anyway, and so I think you know what we were having a conversation before we went live, and it sparked something in my head. All right, and I thought okay, and I'm going to kind of force you to think a little bit here.
Me or the audience?
You for a change. All right.
This is
all right. Now you said that you are doing this thing periodically where you invite a whole bunch of marketing consultants to get together on a Zoom call and share secrets and share confidential information, that
we talk shop.
If it ever got out, we'd all, we not me, I'm not, but you guys would all be in jail.
I don't know about that part of it, but the other part, yeah, it is. We do. We get together.
All right.
A team of collaborators.
Mm-hmm. But as far as I can tell, and yes, there are certainly differences between everybody.
Yes.
But as far as I can tell, for the most part, it's a group of marketing people, correct?
Yes.
All right.
For the most part. Yep.
Okay. So here's the question I have for you, because you guys had a call yesterday. I was not able to be on the call yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm welcome anymore with your friends, but that's all right.
No, you are.
That's a different conversation.
They got over it.
So here's my question, because we are supposed to be people who are in the know. We know what's going on. We understand the trends. We understand the directions that companies are going. We understand to a certain extent the technologies that are happening out there and stuff like that. So here is my question for you, Your ability to answer this question is going to decide whether this is a really good episode or we're going to be done quickly. So here's the question: you have a bunch of marketing people in the room. What do you guys talk about? What were the things that were on the plate yesterday when you were talking to them? Okay. So, because these are people who are advising companies around the world,
right,
on how to make more money. That's really all. It's all we do. Our job is to help people make more money. That's all we do. So what'd you guys talk about? What were the big questions? I think we kind of touched on a couple of these things earlier, but when off.
Yeah. Well, we had sort of, pleasantries, how's it going, that sort of thing, which you could, everybody has when they haven't seen each other in a while. And we talked about how business is going in general. How's everybody doing business-wise? And
so you know what? That's actually a good question to start with. And these are independent consultants, just like you and I are. We are independent consultants. How are they doing?
Everybody's business is booming.
Really?
And then somebody that couldn't make the call yesterday, I set up a special call with him today.
Is it this call right now? Is that us? Because I couldn't make it.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
You don't get a special call.
I don't get a special. Right.
No, this is a guy who is a fantastic graphic designer, branding person down in Texas, who I think you might know. And because he did ask about you. Shout out Brunson.
No, it wasn't Jim McInvale, the guy who won $75 million.
No, Brunson Ma.
On the
Brunson Ma.
Yeah,
Brunson Ma, who has a great design firm.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I love that guy.
He said he had the best year that he's ever had. I hope I didn't just disclose something that he didn't want to disclose. But
you know what? But I'll tell you, for people who don't know, Brunson Ma, his last name spelled M-A. Go on LinkedIn, check him out. Smart dude, really smart dude.
Extremely. And so we all just talked about how things are going, and I was really not surprised, because these are all really successful people. How are things going? They're going well. And my next question was, what are you seeing or hearing from your clients about the state of the business, of their business, and what they are forecasting or thinking about or worried about? Because we've got a lot of things going on right now. So we went into the pandemic. We lived through the pandemic. We are, sort of out of maybe the pandemic. But there were all those supply chain problems, and that affected, especially B2B companies immensely. And just as some of the supply chain problems started correcting themselves, what happened? A war in Ukraine, and we all realized that much more came out of Ukraine than we thought. And the China shutdowns now because of their zero COVID policy. So it's just sort of back to square one. Then you add in inflation and interest rates with the Fed. The Fed has a really big stick, a blunt instrument instead of a scalpel. The only thing they know, what can we do? We can raise interest rates and keep raising them. And obviously yesterday, so we're recording this on December 1st, whenever you're listening to it. And yesterday, the Fed indicated that they were going to slow the pace at which they were going to increase interest rates, which the stock market, went crazy in a good way. So we asked that question, and it was very interesting because I think that people felt like there's a hesitation. They mention some people have government contract business that is more stable sometimes because the budget is there. Private sector businesses sometimes like to keep their powder dry a little bit when they get nervous. So they certain things that are not absolutely necessary, maybe a pause button gets hit, or they push things out. We'll see where we are first quarter, that sort of thing. So I think we're hearing a little bit of that. But I think, I hang out with optimistic people. So there wasn't a lot of like, oh, you too. Yeah, I know you're optimistic. I know you are. Deep down.
I need to find a better word than that.
A better word than optimistic?
Yeah, I'm not.
Optometrist? You're an optometrist.
Yeah, that's actually, that might be the word.
Yeah, there you go. So, I think everybody was like, oh, they'd come up with certain ways to position what they are offering. So one person that was on the line does a lot of public speaking, but a lot of like team coaching and things like that. And, she said that she's starting to use the word resilience in her pitches instead of like, oh, let's take it to the next level and let's grow. We're going to help you be resilient in the face of challenges and come out the other side really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, somebody said it's kind of like the stock market when it goes down, buy low, and you know that it's going to come back, and then you're golden. Well, it seems counterintuitive sometimes to CEOs and other leaders that we should spend more money on marketing in a downturn, so that we can be extra prepared and gain share. And then when the market comes back, we have a bigger piece of the pie.
Can you hear my cat?
No, can't hear the cat.
Oh, okay, because he's right beside me. He's just meowing like crazy. So.
No, can't even hear a cat.
No, this is really see. I think this is really interesting. I think the idea of resilience, because I'm kind of asking the question about marketing people, because especially independent marketing people, marketing for the most part is in a company is. I hate to say that it doesn't really have the level of respect that, of course, we think it should, right? And so when companies have their own marketing departments, those guys are always struggling to get respect, to get noticed, to get appreciated, and as Peter Drucker said, the purpose of a business is to create a customer, but there are only two functions of a business. One is marketing and one is innovation.
Yep.
All right. So, when I look at it like that, my attitude is, boy, marketing should be pretty darn important to you guys. Marketing, and I kind of put sales as underneath that. Not underneath that, inclusive in the marketing conversation, because these are the people who are developing customers and creating customers and getting customers to stay and spend more money and be around us and stuff like that. Now,
I got a okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
When you're finished, I do have a question. How many people, like leaders of companies, have you met that initially didn't really appreciate marketing or have respect for it or for what you do, and you were successful in changing their mind?
How many?
I mean, I'm just, is it something that you?
Well, my success rate is pretty high, and the reason why is because I just go in and I say, look, let me make sure you guys understand. Yeah, my job here is to make you more successful. That's my job. And if I don't make you more successful, then, I should be shown the door, given the boot. And but the thing is that one of the things that I'm very comfortable with when I go in is that the vast majority of companies don't really understand marketing.
No, they don't. And one of the things that I have been challenged with recently is going in the door thinking that, sort of somebody or a client understood the connection between success, profit, like making them more money, business development, and marketing, which I don't think there's any difference between any of those. Otherwise, why are we here?
Right.
But they think that marketing is more social media posts because we're supposed to be doing that.
That's right. Is that we're doing this stuff because we're supposed to be doing this
Stay
stuff.
in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. Why are you talking to me about margins and all that? We have a CFO, we have operations, we have other things. Stay in your lane. I can't do that because the only reason I would suggest any kind of marketing tactic would be to help make more money.
Money. It's all about more sales, more revenue generation. That's what it's all about, period. It's all about just revenue generation. And, marketers are the people good marketers are the people who fill your funnel with prospects of which a percentage of them should give you money.
Right. And the moose too, the ones that you want to hit.
It's the moose, right? Yeah. I mean, this is
not just wildebeests and deer and foxes and things like that you don't care about.
No, just
not
moose.
junk.
No, just the
no
moose
junk zone.
who
No
are going to
junk
come
zone.
in and you have the exact right product or service that will solve a situation for them that will, in the end, help them be successful and give you more money. And that's really what it's all about. So when, so see, I kind of look at it like marketing consultants, and I'm going to kind of get on top of us. I'm going to kind of get on us a little bit here. We as marketing consultants, we tend to fall into the trap of, we want to know what people define as success for marketing. And then we help them do that. So one definition of success would be, man, we're just not getting enough views on our website. Or we're not getting enough, we're not getting enough people to ask for quotes. And so can you help us do that? And the marketers go, yeah, sure, I can help you do that.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the real, we shouldn't be order takers. Our question should be, how would that help you?
Yeah. How would that help you make more money?
How would that help you?
All I care about is making them more money. That's the only thing I care about.
Right. And that conversation, just taking that conversation, because I'm a fan of, outcome driven conversation. So what I mean by that is that your scenario is so spot on and so typical, because I mean, even just, hey, we need to redo our website would be a very common thing. And while we're at it, we need to refresh our brand.
Right.
Those are very, very common things that go hand in hand. Refresh your brand, maybe even your logo or your tagline and your colors and that kind of thing, and come up with a new website because you've had the old one for a long time. It's tired. It makes us look like a old age, industrial company, whatever. Right. And 9 out of 10 people, it may be 99 out of 100 that are in marketing business would say, that sounds great. Let me give you a quote on that.
Yeah, I'll give you a quote on doing that.
Uh-huh.
You know?
And I like to just say, why is that? How would that help you? What are you trying to accomplish? What are your business goals? Why? You might need a new, I mean, that's actually them trying to solve the marketing problem that we are probably better experienced to solve. They have a business issue and they said, we think we can solve it by, refreshing our brand, whatever that means.
Right.
And
I've got a client. I should say I have a client now that when we started, they were very focused on, we need to improve our website. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, of course you do. No, you didn't call me to improve your website. Okay. Do you see anything in my information that says that I do websites? I don't do websites. I do marketing. There are a gazillion number of tools that you can use in the marketing, in your quiver. All right. But the important thing is for me to understand your customers, and then we figure out, hey, how do you find more of those customers who will give you money? It's that simple, gang. It's that simple.
Exactly.
That's really all that marketing is. And it's not what sales is. Sales is that they know. See, sales knows who your moose are, and they know where they are. And they just go.
They just have to go and convince them.
They just have to go and convince them. Okay. Marketing is finding the people that the salespeople should be talking to. So anyway, so that's kind of the big.
I think about like hunters or fishing, and it's like sometimes people need, we're helpers, or we should be, in helping identify, where are the fish? We need a fish finder, a depth finder, and we help them, and then the salespeople can take it from there. Put the rod and the bait on there and that sort of thing.
Go here.
Go for it. Go here.
And then you use this bait. And then you use
yes, exactly.
That's what it's all about.
A fishing guide. We're fishing guides.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're fishing guides.
Well, I'm glad we settled that.
Take us out of here.
That's wonderful. I have a quick story, because when you kicked us off today and you said that we were going to kind of wing it, and I honestly had no idea what you were going to bring up. It reminded me of an Elvis Costello concert that I went to once. And for those of you who aren't, who are listening,
I would love to see Elvis Costello in concert.
So I went to 4 nights in a row at the Riviera in Chicago.
Whoa!
Elvis Costello, 4 nights in a row. Okay, and I was front row 4 nights in a row. And the first night was him with the attractions, his regular band. Second night was him all acoustic. Third night, he played with, he had a couple special guests. T-Bone Burnett, if that rings a bell.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
Okay.
You're just killing me. T-Bone Burnett. Oh my gosh.
And then the last night was the amazing spinning song wheel. It was the Wheel of Fortune wheel on its side, so everyone could see it.
Could see it, right?
And where all the dollars are on the Wheel of Fortune,
it's a different song, right?
All his songs.
Yeah.
And for every song that he sang the entire night, it was only because someone came up from the audience that he pointed to. They came up on stage, turned the wheel. Wherever it landed, he played that song.
Wow.
He played the song Allison 3 times that night because it landed on it.
It landed on the same song.
It landed on the same song. First, it landed on Allison twice, but then this girl comes up and she says, "My name is Allison." And I was really hoping it would land on Allison. And he's like, "I've played it twice already, but I'll play it a 3rd time for you, Allison." And he did. So I thought that maybe you were going to have the amazing spinning song wheel, but it gave me this idea that we could have one. We could have our own little roulette wheel.
That's right.
Of possible topics.
That's right.
And we can spin it. And then where it lands, we're going to talk about that.
That sounds like a great idea.
Let's do it. I'll make the wheel.
Can't wait.
All right, man. Oh, I'm taking us out. You all have been listening to the amazing, we're changing the name.
All right. Amazing.
It starts with amazing now. Amazing B2B marketing and sales podcast with Steve Miller, not the rock star, and Dave Loomis, the voice, and other things. But thank you. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. We are out of here.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the one and only B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast, the source for B2B marketing and sales insight. If you enjoyed the podcast, please be sure to subscribe and leave these old guys a 5-star rating. Check the show notes for any links and contact information. You can always contact us by going to b2bmarketingsalespodcast.com. Thank you, and keep on marketing, keep on selling.